Now look at that. That's what I call nice. So we do have a good coffee maker for beans, but we also still have our old Nespresso Virtuo, and some days this is just amazing to switch around because it just tastes a little bit different. It gives some extra foam on the coffee. So nice one for the morning. Good morning, guys. Amazing. Damn, I love coffee. So good morning, guys, again. How are you guys doing? I'm doing fine. I have slept a very decent night last night, so that's good. We dropped down to 91.1 kgs this morning. So I will show my graph of my body weight over here, so you guys can see what the trajectory of my weight loss has been over the last couple of weeks. Now, today is a high day because we are getting pretty depleted, and Kuba wants to protect my legs a bit because they are flattening out, and we do not want to lose the legs this prep. As we've seen last prep, legs were nothing really left, and he says that we easily make we make our shredded point in 2 weeks. So we just have to run a high day right now and then drop down further with the body fat. And what we have seen in the past couple of weeks, every time we do a high day, weight comes up a little bit and then drops down lower and lower afterwards. So it just boosts my metabolism, it resets my body, gives me some more recovery, which makes it so that my body will actually lose more body fat again. So that's a great thing, and it's kind of lovely to have some more food. Don't really feel like I have to right now because I do want to push on for that conditioning. But I understand what he says. If we can protect the legs with some more calories, if we can protect our energy levels throughout the week with some more calories, then we should do that so we can drop down further. It's all about the end result, right? If we push down harder and harder right now and we dig our big hole for ourselves that we have to climb out, it takes more time. And probably today will be the only refeed day that there is, and then we are ready for the upcoming 2 weeks before we have to be ready. Now, last episode I mentioned you guys that I have a big announcement to make, and I will make that later in this video, of course, so you guys can watch a little bit longer than the first 5 minutes. But there's something big coming up for me and for you guys as well, because I'm going to show you all. Today, the rest day, not even a rest day, it is leg day. So we have a high day, but we have no steps today. He said maximum of 6,000 steps, so that will be done. And then no cardio, nothing, just relaxation around that. And that's fun, that's nice, because I like to do some work this morning. And with these steps, that takes away a lot of time from my work, actually. So it's a good thing. The meals today are pretty much closely to what you guys saw last time. Only this time he pulled down protein from 2 meals. So instead of 150 chicken pre-workout, I do have 125. And instead of the 175 beef, we have 150 beef. So slight reduction in protein, just to save up some calories, because we do not need to have excess calories. We just need excessive carbs today. Also, what we did with the meal plan is I was adding spring onion to 2 meals of my day, on my breakfast and on my beef meal. Love the taste, just amazing combo, but we are taking it out right now to see if that has any impact on my gut. And we're gonna find out where the possible gut distension comes from, because I do have a little bit of a lower abdominal distension. Which is apparent in my check-in pictures and in my check-in vid. So I will show you guys as well my check-in video of this morning, so that will also go here. And there you can see, if I do my side shot, that my lower abs are a little bit distended. So we're gonna find out. What he also said is that in the last few weeks of the diet, we will probably take out mostly all of the sweeteners, and I think he even meant all of the sweeteners from the cream of rice, etc. as well. So that means a lot of rice next week and the week after, because after this week we just have 2 weeks left. So I'm curious what that will do. I did drink the Pepsi Max yesterday, and I tried to be extra noticeable about what happened to my gut and how my gut felt. And I'm normally pretty knowing about what happens, but might have been a little bit slippery with this one, because I did feel a little bit of gas build up in my stomach, a little bit of gut distension after my post-workout meal, and then I have my Cola Zero afterwards. So I'm not sure if it is the Cola Zero now or if it is the cream of rice, but we will see today, because I have one of the 2 meals with cream of rice today. My post-workout meal, which is 150 grams of cream of rice today, and my pre-bed, which is 100 grams of cream of rice, or 125. I'm not really sure, but I will check out later. So if that gives any excessive gas or anything else, then yeah, we know that it's the sweetness from the cream of rice. And I will probably have to switch it out for rice, or maybe the unflavored cream of rice or the ESN cream of rice, because there is no additions to it. But we will see. Today also legs on the cards, so we will go have a nice leg session at Empire Gym again. And Friday we have an upper session left, and then Saturday a leg session again. And then next week I'll be training mostly alone, so that's a good switch up. I don't like it, but Frederick is going away for a week, so I'll do all the Monday to Friday sessions on my own. And then it's almost time for the last week of the diet afterwards. So that's a good wrap up of this diet phase already then. Time flies when you're having fun. Just focus on the process and just keep going, and before you know it, it's all over, and then you're ready. So tomorrow, one other big thing, and I almost forgot to mention, we are going to get married for the law. Now, we do have our official wedding in August, but when we would marry there on that day, in our garden with the party and everything there, the costs would actually be around 3,000 euros extra to do it over here. So we picked a time, and at the time that we picked that time, we did not know that I was still in prep. So that's unfortunate, but we will have our marriage on Thursday, and then we will probably have a lunch with everyone who is there. We can have a small group there. But my lunch will probably be cream of rice, because I want a sweet meal, but I cannot really eat off plan right now. So a little different than what I expected, but definitely not the last lunch I can have. So no issues there. Just a switch in mindset needed, and just enjoy the day, because it's all around us and the people around us. So without further ado, I am going to wrap up this part of the introduction video. I am going to do the kitchen stuff that I like to do. I have some dishwashers and stuff to unload, prep my meals for this day. I always put my chicken aside with the veg in some cups, so I just have to take it from the fridge. Everything is set up in the morning, so it's just grab and go when we are on the move throughout the whole day. Yeah, that's it. Rice is already cooking. A big portion of rice. I'm not really sure how much I had today. Let me check. Yeah, so for me it is 425 grams of rice today, if I'm correct. Let's see, 2 portions of 150 and one of 125. So that's 425 rice, which is a nice amount. I like that. So I love rice. Then I have 150 cream of rice, and I have 100 at night. So, and 400 potatoes. So happy days today. I'm gonna leave it here and see you guys later on. All right, so I'm not gonna show all meals, but I definitely want to share this very nice big bowl of rice and egg with my strawberry and a little bit of bell pepper on the side. So this is the meal. And it is a very hefty bowl, 150 grams of jasmine rice with 1 whole egg, 225 egg whites, and I got a little bit of pistachio butter as well. So that will be added on the lower layer because I like that to save that for the last. I also have my morning supplements. Everything from Invexis, which is the supplement needs health range. I've got omega-3s, I've got some vitamin D3, K2, I got B complex, and that's mostly it, I think. Some krill oil. So health SERPs are always a no-go. Health SERPs are always a mandatory thing that I usually take every time, every day. Even on vacations or when we go away, they are always with us. It's a non-negotiable, that's what I meant to say. I'm going to enjoy this meal, then I'm going to do some work. I have some content planning to do because I have big plans for my content over a few weeks. So with good planning that will be made, and that will be a fun time to get some more videos out to you guys, more interesting topics and some leveling up in my YouTube game. Time to eat this meal. All right, time for meal number 2. As you've probably seen, I like to warm up my food in the pan because it just tastes a lot better. Now, originally yesterday, Kuba said in my provisional plan that I would have 400 potatoes, which was a real treat that I looked forward at. And then this morning he updated it. Instead of the 400 potatoes, we will do 125 jasmine rice. So a little switch, but I love rice as well, so that's not a big issue. Now, if you have the possibility to heat up your food in the pan, if you're at home, if you're working from home or anything like that, try this out because it makes food a lot tastier. And if you do that, first bake your chicken, give it a little maillard, make it a little brown, then throw in your rice. And when you've added the rice and the chicken all together, just blend it and throw in some extra water with it so it stays nice and moist, a little bit sticky. But overall, most of the water will evaporate, but it just tastes a little better. It makes everything a little nicer from texture-wise, and the flavors will actually get mixed a little bit better as well. So I just threw in my rice, then I will throw in a little bit of water, and that will combine the flavors nicely and gives it a better texture. So try it out, guys. It is a very handy tool also in your off season. If you are bored of your meals, try this and add some spices or some herb mixes without sodium, of course, so you can track your sodium consistently. Now, I do not really use any condiments or anything else right now. No herbs, not really. Sometimes when I'm really in the mood I will, but overall I do not add anything right now. But when I add something, it is the Italian herbs. So I got these last week when we went to the city, and that's pretty nice for a change. But at the moment I'm really enjoying just my bland foods because food tastes better when you're in prep, obviously. Everything tastes nicer. Then the coffee machine went out, that's also nice. Probably can hear that pretty well, but nothing to do about it. And what I also liked to add to my beef is what I can show you guys, is my highly recommended burrito nacho. This one. When you combine this with the beef and the rice, it makes for another experience. So if you're bored of your meals, try those out because they are really nice. But yeah, not for me today because I love it bland. I'm gonna finish this up, give it a little maillard, a little browning. It's almost done. Now eat this, probably do another round of work. Got a few check-ins left to reply on, so that's a good thing. We're a little later today, so they have to wait. But then it's time for my pre-meal, and afterwards we will train the legs. So see you guys later. All right, guys, so we just trained legs, which I'm gonna run through in a second. But first, it is time for my post-workout meal, which was normally 110 grams of cream of rice with 150 berries and 40 whey isolate. And today it is 150 cream of rice with the same 40 whey and 150 berries. So this is the meal. And I did it a little different today because Frederick recommended me to spread out my whey and then throw the berries on top. So I'm curious how that tastes. Probably the same, but different. So that's the setup for today. Now, I don't know how about you guys, but when I went into this session, I was quite anxious. I knew what I had to do and I was looking up against my session. But we managed, which I'm gonna show you in a second. But first, let's eat this meal and then run you guys through my session. So, different angle. Now it stays upright, I hope so. Otherwise it will fall from my dashboard because we're driving home. But let's run you guys through my session. So, what I did today, I will show you guys here. I did 2 sets of the seated hamstring curl. And this one I actually miscalculated a bit. I stacked up too many plates for today. It felt really heavy, but also pretty good as well. So I had very good power today with the hamstring curl. I still managed to get 7 reps. My rep range is 7 to 12, I think, with this one. Very clean, slow and controlled, and full power. So this one, pretty good for today. Next up, I did the leg extensions, 2 sets as well. And I'm gonna show you guys a small clip of how I do my warm-ups before I do my quad work, because it bulletproofs my knees and it actually makes it way better for my knees to do it like this. So with the leg extension, I warm up, I keep my chins forward and I push them forward and upwards, and I hold in the contraction for 5 seconds. After those 5 seconds, I do a really slow and controlled negative to get more tendon tension. And with that, I warm up my knees, I warm up my tendons, and overall my knees feel like they can destroy this session. After 2 of these sets, quads are nice and warm, blood flow is there, so we're ready to go for the working set. And the next step you see here is the working set of the leg extensions. What I always do is I try to focus, get full control, and then start the exercise. Then again, pushing your chins forward and up, which means that you can contract the quads fully. Also a short pause in both end ranges, so 2 seconds in the shortened range and 2 seconds in the stretching position. With this one, it is really easy to get sloppy reps, so make sure you get in that full contraction, that full extension of the leg, because it's the only exercise where you can load the full extension like this. So really make use of it, get those two counts in, and then lower the weight. After that, we did the leg press. Now I did this one with Frederick together. She had her hip press and I had my leg press. She can probably do the same weight as me right now. She did not just yet because she wanted to trial it out, and she managed to get 14 reps for her set, where she actually had to do 6 to 10, I think. So she upped the weight for the second set, then she got 8, so also too strong for that. So next time she takes the same weight as me. Different exercise, but still a very powerful woman. I love it. Now, with this one, my favorite piece, of course, this is my favorite leg press I've ever used. And I can go really deep with full control into the stretch, short pause, and then press it out. And when you press it out, really think about pushing as hard as you can, but still control it. If it is too light, you will see the weight fly around, and then you know you have to put on some extra weight. Because what I do here seems light from the movement I'm doing it, from the tempo I'm using, but it is such heavy that I can push all pressure onto the big toe and still not move quicker. So this is the perfect range of motion for me. perfect tempo, perfect control, and overall it killed my legs for the first set. Second set, did the same weight. I felt strong in the first set, so I think let's do the same weight again. Here I managed to get 6 reps instead of 8, which I was aiming for, and that is probably due to me overshooting with this one again. But control was still here. It was still a quality set, just did not push through as far as I could have in an off season. Where you see me stop in a few seconds, I chose to stop because I knew this would be a very, very hard grinder rep, and in this part of prep I do not want to push too far with those sets, because a grinder rep there will fuck me up for a few more days, and my recoverability is not there. So that's what I did. Now the pendulum, 1 set here, really focusing on it, control way down again, always control, full depth as far as possible with no pressure on the knees. I can go deeper, but if I go deeper there comes a lot of pressure on my knees, and that's simply not worth the squeeze, because if I fuck up my knees right now, then I probably can't train as hard next time, and this is the full range of motion that I can use on this piece. Now pendulum squats are pretty heavy for the knees, so if you experience leg pain, if you experience knee pain, I would probably suggest switching it out for a hack squat, which is a little more forgiving for the knees, but overall a very good exercise. Now the last rep there, you saw Frederique spot me, so good one there. I had it with her help. Next up, I did have the RDLs, and I cannot lie to you guys, I was not feeling it for the RDLs. So I swapped it out for the laying leg curl, and at this point I don't think that I'm very much benefiting off the RDLs just anymore. So doing those last 4 sessions with simply a laying leg curl will probably be better for me right now. So doing this to still get stimulus feels great. I have a good contraction with it. Surely know that I've taken everything all the way possible. But yeah, small switch. Would not recommend to do that standardly because the RDL is a very great exercise, but for now, for me, this will do. Last one, I did 2 sets on the calf raise machine. This particular one is pretty solid. It's a nice one, but the pad where I'm standing on is a little slippery. So the only thing that I would switch out for this piece is a better standing pad. Now, when you do this exercise, really focus on getting as deep as possible, fully in the stretch, shorten a short pause there, and then a hard contraction up. With that hard contraction, push as far as possible, so you get the full range of motion of the quads and maximum quads. Fuck. I'm really dying right now in my head, but calf growth, yes. So full range of motion, full depth, a big stretch, and a hard contraction up. Now, this was my training session, and I did not mention the news just yet. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what the news was. The big news. Well, you probably already guessed it, and that is that I'm going to step on stage in 2.5 weeks. I will be attending at the Luxembourg show. So we will do classic there, and I will get peeled for that. Now, the goal of this diet phase, well, in first instance, was that I was gonna cut down simply to get lean for my next building phase. But we are at Luxembourg for our clients because Frederique has 2 girls, 1 girl competing over there. Oh, sorry. So we would be there anyways. I discussed it with Kuba, and he said, yeah, if we do not step on stage, then we just miss an opportunity of stage time, because every time you step on stage you get more experience, you get better at it, and you get more into the groove of competing, because you cannot get better at competing without competing, simple as that. So that's what we decided. We would do the Luxembourg show, and then we would go into the off season. And for the looks of it right now, I'm definitely gonna make it with how shredded I'm already, and with how shredded I already am, and where I'm going to need to be to do well. So very curious about the competition there. Not expecting anything from it. It's just a show where I want to do some experience, see how it goes, compare myself to the other guys, and then for next year there will be bigger plans made. So that's something that we will probably discuss later on. But for now, Luxembourg is on. So we are 2.5 weeks out. This week is a full normal week. Next week as well, a normal week, and then after it's probably peak week time. So lots of fun, very excited for it. Enjoyed this prep, had some rough days obviously, but still, if I can call this a prep, then I'm still not really impressed with it, because yes, you have some rough days, but you have some rough days anyways. So it's just about how you take it in and how you proceed forward after a bad day or during a bad day. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm the best at it. I'm still working on it. I'm still getting better every time, but we are moving forward and we're learning every day. So it's a learning process, and it's the process itself that should be enjoyed. And I'm enjoying the process mostly, but still getting better at having those days, more enjoyment every day. Now we're driving home, so I'm gonna relax a bit. Then I'm gonna probably do some work, have another meal, and then it is evening time, where we do not really have anything special planned, I think. So for me, probably I'm gonna relax on the couch, because after this session I'm pretty fried, having some time to rest and digest my evening meal, and then pre-bed and off to bed. Tomorrow I have to update Cuba again, so I will probably show you guys the pictures after my refeed day today, and then you will see how everything looks. This was today. We'll see each other tomorrow. All right, good morning guys. Welcome back. Well, it is the next day and we have received our feedback from Cuba. We weighed in this morning at 91.7 kgs, which is 0.6 kgs up from yesterday, which actually surprised me a bit, because I was thinking that I would be well over the 92 kgs this morning, but we were not. So body is responding nicely and the visuals have improved vastly. So I'm going to show you some pictures over here so you guys can see how my morning look is today. But plan of action today: lower steps. We still maintain the lower steps today for 7,000 maximum. Food back to baseline, which means rest day foods again, which is around 2,500 calories or something. So that's a good difference from yesterday. That's a 2,000 calorie reduction from yesterday, but we cannot complain because we still have 6 meals and we will still be satiated enough with the choices that we make. So that's not an issue. It's just a mindset shift. Now, I was not that hungry this morning, so we just did our usual breakfast and everything, because later today we will have our official wedding. Now, it's a small ceremony. It's not the big party, because that will be in August, but the small thing for the official stuff. Main reason why: it simply saves us more than 2,500 euros to do it like that. So we'll be with family, with close friends, and we'll have a lunch afterwards. Now, as I'm in prep, I will definitely take my own meal there, but we can enjoy the presence of the people around us and we can enjoy them having some different foods. So that is the setup for today. I will definitely not take you guys with me over there, because, as I said, it's a small ceremony and it is quite intimate moment for us. So this vlog will probably end by me updating you guys with this short clip, and then the next vlog will probably be over the weekend. So I will take you guys multiple days in the upcoming weeks until the peak week arrives, and you will definitely see some more content coming out around the peak week, because that is a very exciting time with a lot of different things that will change on a day-to-day basis, a lot of updates and a lot of stuff. So I'm planning to do one video every other day then, so you guys can see how that process goes. And then after the show, a new series will start for my off season. So that is all in the workings, and that is all being planned out right now. And I will definitely let you guys know when it's ready, and you guys will see how my off season then will go. Of course, there will be a show day vlog and everything around it. So if you want to see that, follow my Instagram, follow my YouTube. Well, actually subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video as well, because that helps me with seeing that you guys are engaging in the videos and that you made it this far as well. And if you made it this far, comment wedding down below to let me know. Because if you made it this far, you're one of the last 5-minute crew, and that's amazing because I love that you guys watch my videos and I love it that you guys enjoy them. Now, I'm gonna enjoy my morning coffee here because, well, I am the coffee lover and this is what I do. Went with my previous usual cup today, just simply because it cools down quicker and I have to shower and do everything in a few moments. So it's quicker to be drank like this, but still definitely very tasty. So that's it for today, guys. See you guys in the next video. And as I just said, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. See you guys next time.